We are is what's in here. And the rest? It's useless. Dead meat.
River of Souls was directly a response to how popular the Soul Hunter characters were, going all the way back to season 1.
I always was fascinated by that dynamic and wanted to use them again somewhere. And River of Souls was a good opportunity to explore that dynamic in more detail.
Our order does not harm others unless it is necessary. It damages the soul.
Martin Sheen came to us initially to play the archaeologist and called up and said, look, why don't I play the Soul Hunter? We said, you know, there's lots of prosthetics involved in here. You're really going to have a whole different look to yourself. He said, I'm fine with that. Let's go out and let's do it.
I don't believe he'd ever played an alien, and that was a real new experience for him. And so we had a lot of fun with him in terms of that.
Wow, working with Martin Sheen was such a thrill for me. I mean, I've been a fan of his forever. He really seemed to be relishing the role.
In case you hadn't noticed, we're in the middle of a situation here. So why don't you go chase an ambulance somewhere and let me get back to my business?
I wanted Tracy to have a chance to really come to the forefront on River of Souls.
She's a strong-willed person. She and I got along very, very well. And she liked the challenge of anything I could throw at her.
River of Souls is the first time that Captain Lockley really gets to fly solo with no President Sheridan there and no safety net, so the buck stops at her desk.
I want an organized search of every level, starting with the empty quarters. Check every air duct, crawl space, and sub-level we've got.
Janet has always been our good luck symbol, if you will, for the show. When we brought on Bruce for the first time, she was the director working on that episode. When Tracy arrived in her first episode, it was Janet doing the work for it again.
And what that gave me was having a strong female who's prospering in a male line of work, helping to establish me as a strong female commanding a space station.
I like to bring probably more emotion out in characters. I don't like characters to be stiff. I find that sometimes there's just something I can get, especially out of male characters, a little bit more emotion, a little different kind of an edge that I think reveals more about them.
My costume, not my uniform, but my other costume, I lovingly call that the holoho. Fans tend to ask about it.
Having Tracy in the holo brothel was really a great opportunity to show off a whole other side of the captain, and I think that it was just a fabulously brilliant idea. It just made the storyline work so well.
I think because of the way Captain Lockley reacted to the use of her image as a holoho, I think that made everything okay. Because you saw that, you know, she was serious and, you know, serious enough to throw a grenade into the place. So I think she pretty much made her point.
Were these people ever consulted? Would they have chosen to stay locked up like that forever?
The alternative is death.
Or heaven?
One of the great things about Joe's writing is that, you know, he'll present a question, and he doesn't necessarily give you the answer, but he makes you think.
If they're correct, and they're preserving souls, they're doing a good thing if you don't believe in an afterlife. If you do believe in an afterlife, that you should be free, and they're capturing souls that should be allowed to go off and frolic in amongst their own kind, that's a terrible thing. Whether they're good or bad depends entirely on your religious point of view.
The whole concept of a soul hunter and a soul globe and souls captured after death is a real provocative idea.
Let me die.
I think it created something very powerful. It was a very, very interesting thing to work on because of that.